I'm happy that our next guest is King Mo Lawal because, in my opinion, he is one of the brightest minds in the game as well. Up there with Dominick Cruz, and he may not get the attention and respect that Dom gets because he doesn't work as an analyst on somewhere like Fox. But make no mistake about it, since back in the day when he was doing MMA Live and even before that, King Mo, one of the brightest in the game. So it was almost strategic for me to put him right after Eric Del Fiero because I want to get his take on this as well. He joins us right now. He just won the Rizin tournament, was in Robbie Lawler's corner, and he's on the phone right now. Our old pal, King Mo Lawal, on line one. King Mo, how are you?
Chilling, man. What's going down?
It's been a while. You know, I couldn't believe it. You weren't on our show once last year, and I'm ashamed of that, and I apologize for that. So it's been a while, and I'm so happy to talk to you again. Congratulations. But I got to ask you, because we briefly spoke about this when I saw you in Vegas. Can I get the King Mo breakdown of TJ versus Dom? Because I feel like you being the mind that you are and having the mind that you do, you're as excited as I am for this kind of fight, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be awkward because I think both guys have a hard time gauging each other's distance due to the movements. But I really think that the fight favors, and I like Cruz, but I think the fight favors Dillashaw because he's fresh still. He's fresh, you know what I'm saying? He's still been fighting. His time is there. I don't like the layoffs, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you're in the layoffs, guys that have long layoffs to come to big high-level fights usually lose, you know what I'm saying? And not because they don't got the skill set, just because their timing's off. And I feel like this can be the main difference. Unless Dominick Cruz did something different, and Brian had good sparring and he had like hard live sparring. You know what I'm saying? That right now the favorite is Dillashaw.
So you're leaning towards TJ.
Well, just because of layoff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not a predictor of fights, but I just feel like if anyone's gonna be the favorite, it has to be Dillashaw because he's fresh. He's on a roll. He's fresh, confident. And he's been at it, you know what I'm saying, where Cruz has had a layoff, you know what I'm saying, a few layoffs.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, he looked phenomenal his comeback fight when he fought Mizugaki or whatever, Mizuguki.
Mizugaki.
Right.
Yeah.
He looked great with Mizuguki, but other than that, like, he got injured again and just the layoffs, man, they mess with you.
Okay, let's transition to you. As I said, you just won the Rizin tournament. In my opinion, you were the story of that entire 3-day event. You fought 3 times. You won a lot of money, and it feels like to me, as I said to you, it feels like there's something about King Mo in Japan wearing the wrestling shoes. There's magic in the air. Am I crazy here, or do the shoes help you? Does Japan help you? Why does it feel like you're on a whole different level when all those things come together?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. It's crazy because I only train with shoes. I train barefooted, but Mark Coleman was like, Mo, look, I won this tournament wearing shoes. You need to wear shoes, too. We're both wrestlers. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the shoes on for the first fight. I put them on, man, and I guess they're magical. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you weren't planning on wearing the shoes before he spoke to you?
Yeah, I was going to go barefooted.
Wow.
Because in Japan, the canvas in Japan, like the surface in Japan you fight on is like straight like canvas, man. You ain't going to slip. You know what I'm saying? You get rug burns and mat burns on your knees and on your feet. Where in America, it seems like the canvas is more slippery.
And you feel, I mean, other than that, do you feel like it helps you with your shots, with your box? Does it help you in any other regard?
I don't know. I really can't tell.
Does it give you confidence?
I feel comfortable with them.
You do feel comfortable.
What's up? Yeah, I feel comfortable with them because I competed in them for so many years as a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like it just felt something like I felt like I should just wear them. And with Coleman telling me to wear them, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what Coleman says. I'm gonna listen to the Hammer. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna listen to him, and I did. It paid off.
Now, to the American public, your 3 opponents, in particular the last 2, relatively unknown here. Great fighters, had great performances, but not household names. How much did you know about these guys?
I knew as much as y'all did. I literally just watched a few film. I watched a few of the matches, the fights, and I was like, you know what? Not wrestlers. Quick hands. They're big and strong, but other than that, I think I'm going to mess with them. I think my rhythm, my range, and my wrestling's going to have them spooked. And come to find out, my second fight, the guy was a judo Olympian. I didn't know that.
Wow.
And then my third fight, the guy was one of the top prospects in Europe, and that guy was big. He was big, man. He weighed in 96 kilos. I weighed 97. but he looked like he got bigger as the tournament went on. But with me, I lost weight as the tournament went on.
Oh.
You know, I ended up being like 209, 210. You know, so I lost like 3 or 4 pounds.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Just because of food, man. Like, I like the food in Japan, but the thing about it is when we go to the venue around 8:30 in the morning, and we can't leave the venue to get real food, so they give us bento boxes with like rice and like little pieces of sushi, room temperature sushi.
Ooh.
That is, just to eat. And I'm like, man, I ain't no damn room temperature sushi. I ate a little rice and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to get swole and get full in Japan.
Wow. So they make you go there at 8:30 a.m. and then what time locally are you fighting at?
Well, we head there at 8:30, so we get there around like 9:30, and we do a ring check around 11 a.m. and the fight will start till about 4 or 5.
Oh wow.
So if you're like the last fight, you've probably been there for 12 hours before you fight.
Now I know this was the first go for Rizin, but as a fighter, what was your experience like? Are they a well-oiled machine? Are there a lot of issues that they gotta iron out? What was your experience like?
And it was good, man. Obviously, with the first show, there are always going to be, issues, you know what I'm saying? But I think that they'll do a better job if they have more shows. But to me, it was good. They did a great job. I liked it because I got to meet Rickson Gracie and, Waleed Ismail's there. And then, he's hearing, I met Takada. I met some names that, some throwback names, you know what I'm saying? To me, as a MMA, you know what I'm saying, MMA head, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It was good seeing those legends.
You prefer the ring over the cage?
You know what? I prefer what pays.
Hey,
the cage, ring, I don't care because a good fighter will adapt.
Right, that's true. So you won $300,000, right? Is that USD?
Yeah, USD, yeah, straight up.
Did you get the money?
They're wiring it to me.
They're wiring it to you?
Yeah. I should have it by today or tomorrow, something like that.
Did you get any of it?
Nah. What many you think I'm gonna take the cash and go through customs and risk the chance of getting snatched up?
That's true. That's true.
Be crazy.
That's true. That's a good point. What about your body? I mean, to fight on December 29th, then have a day off, and then to come back on the 31st and fight twice. At the end of this whole ordeal, how are you feeling physically?
Jet lag for the most part. Cause like I felt sore, but it was more my hands and like. It's more my hands. So my knuckles are sore. But I felt all right, just the fight there and the fight back got me. And then when I went to corner Robbie, I felt it even more because I couldn't sleep. And then I came back to the gym and started training a little bit, moving around, and I'm still jet lagged. I can't sleep.
Still?
Yeah, still can't sleep.
Jeez. So what are you doing in the middle of the night?
Watching TV. I don't know. Just like watching TV. That's about it.
It's so funny that I saw you when I saw you in Las Vegas, just chilling in the lobby. There you were, headphones on, rocking the Bellator sweatshirt, because literally 12 hours prior, I'm talking to the guys from ATT, and they're telling me verbatim, word for word, they're saying that King Mo might be the best teammate that we've ever had at the gym. He is unselfish. He'll go corner anyone, no matter if he's fighting the following week. And then there you are, you fly straight from Japan to Las Vegas to corner Robbie after you had just been through all that 3 fights in the span of 2 days. Was that a no-brainer for you? Did he ask you? Did he like? Why not just go home and chill out with your family?
I could, but the thing is, like, it's my team. We're a team. We're family. So, you're there for your people, you know what I'm saying? Because they be there for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let nobody down. Robbie, I've been helping Robbie for the past few fights since I've been in the American Top Team, and he asked me to corner him just the last fight. Because let me tell you something, the Johnny Hendricks fight, I was in that camp getting, I was part of his camp, like, for real, like, sparring, like, doing some sparring stuff with him, and he do ground and pound on me, and I told him dirty box on me. I tried to take him down. So me and Robbie, we got a pretty good connection. And he has Coach Cammy there, who's probably one of the best kept secrets in MMA. Mm-hmm. He's been in MMA for a while, and now he's starting to get a shine. But y'all will hear more about him. But they needed me there, and I decided to be there.
It feels, and also, by the way, Cormier said the same thing. You're number one as far as teammates are concerned. Everyone echoing these sentiments. Have you found a home like ATT? You had to jump around a little bit over the last few years. Do you feel like this is it? Coconut Creek, you found your place?
Yeah, it's crazy because ATT is my place. AKA is like my stepbrothers. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the only reason why I left there mainly is because San Jose is just too expensive, man. Too expensive for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could afford it, but I was paying for something that I wasn't feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a 2-bedroom house, and you're paying like $2,800. You know what I'm saying? A month for it. So I was like, nah, hell no. But other than that, like, you know, I heard from Hobb when I landed. I heard from Daniel. You know what I'm saying? I heard from Sean Bunch. You know, Luke. From AKA. I even heard from the boy Chael. You know what I'm saying? Chael hit me up.
Wow.
You know, and I heard from my people, my brothers at ATG. So, you know, I got family in both places, both coasts.
Okay, so you were in his corner for the fight, Robbie's corner. Now, I know you're an honest guy. Did he do enough to win that fight?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
Here's the problem with MMA. MMA, they don't take in consideration defense. You know what I'm saying? Granted, like, the third round, I was looking. Carlos threw a lot, but he didn't land much of substance. I feel like Robbie landed enough and landed hard shots. It comes down to this: who would you rather be at the end of these rounds? At the end of the first round, I would have rather been Condit. At the end of the second round, definitely Robbie. At the end of the third, Robbie. In the fourth, Carlos Condit. In the fifth, Robbie. That's how I judge fights based off of that. Like, who would you rather be? Like, in a nutshell, who would you rather be if push came to shove at the end of these rounds? Who got hurt the most? Who had the hardest shots? That's how I look at it as. Now, Carlos Condit and them came with a great game plan. Let me tell you something. Winklejohn is the man, though. I can't say nothing. Like, he's the man. This dude's coming with some good game plan. You know, Greg Jackson's the man too. They have a great system. They have a great camp. I can't say like nothing bad about them. The game plan they had threw me off. I thought that Condit would be a little more passive aggressive, but this dude came with it. He was there, walking us down, and then Robbie had to dig deep and land big shots. And I hope, you know, I wouldn't mind to see a rematch. If not, no rematch. Let's see Robbie fight GSP.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I like to see a big fight like that.
Yes, I agree with you as well. This fight has caused a lot of talk about judging and the state of judging and whether it should be fixed. This happens every time there's a close fight, but I believe it's not the right system. I don't know if this is the fight that really people should hang their hat on and say this is why it's not the right system, because at the end of the day, it feels like everyone disagrees on just one round, the third round. How do you feel about the state of judging, 10-9 system, all that? And do you have any idea, because I know you're a smart guy, you think about these things, on how to fix it, if it should be fixed?
Okay, first of all, they should have younger judges.
Yeah.
The East Coast has it worse because the East Coast, by the time these fights happen, it's past these judges' bedtime.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bad thing, but some judges are older. I feel like they should do more. They should do more seminars. You know what I'm saying? Like have these judges go to MMA seminars and understand what a proper leg kick feels like compared to a slapping leg kick. Understand what a proper guillotine feels like besides the deep guillotine that's not really successfully performed. They should have more judges at these fights, and the judges should take turns scoring every fight. Because then what's going to happen is if the commission's looking at these fights and they're like, okay, they see a judge that's consistently off, they should be like, you know what, go home. Like, that's what Mr. Mazzulli. Look, I had beef with him, Mazzulli, but I talked to him, heard the system, and he does the same thing. He's like, no, I have these judges judge fights, and then I look at them, and the ones that are off, they're consistently off, I get rid of them. Now that's smart. I think you have that along with like seminars, like monthly seminars, a seminar every 3 months. That'd be good because I feel like some of these judges don't understand. They've never fought before, so they don't understand what's effective, what true effective aggression is.
Yeah, they should probably get paid more as well. You got these guys judging these multi-million-dollar fights, and they're making like $1,000. So I mean, I think
but the thing is that you should pay them based upon
sure,
the fight and then based upon them going to those seminars, because they're going to seminars. That means they're up to par with what the new trends in MMA are.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I sincerely feel like the best fight that Bellator can put on right now is you versus Phil Davis as far as credentials, and I'll throw Liam in there as well. I mean, I feel like any variation of you three is the best that they could do right now. It just fascinating times in that division. We were close to getting that fight against Phil at the Dynamite show, but you had to pull out at the 11th hour. How difficult was that for you? Because that it felt like the Rizin thing means to me like Mo is back and all that. That could have been the case back in September if not for the rib injury. How difficult was that, especially since it seemed to happen like right before the fight?
Man, I hate it. And the thing is, you felt my rib. You saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone's like, Mo's faking, Mo's faking. Why would I fake a payday? You know, why would I back up a payday, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was difficult point. I tried to do whatever it took to continue with the fight, but I couldn't go. You know, it was just rough, man. And it was embarrassing because, like, you know, I wanted to fight Phil, and I think I could beat him. You know what I'm saying? I think the fight could still happen. But, man, it was just tough pulling out because that would be a big-time fight for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight for me to shine in.
So where are we at as far as your next fight for Bellator? I know you just fought 3 times. Are you taking an extended break? Is that, you know, on the table? What do you think is going to happen for you next in that organization?
Man, I don't know. I wouldn't mind fighting in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. You know,
Every month?
If I could fight like 6-7 times this year,
wow,
I'm cool with that.
Will your next fight be in Bellator or for Rizin?
I'm pretty sure maybe Bellator, but if Rizin wants to fight somebody like Fedor, I'll definitely do that.
Okay, so
I wouldn't mind fighting Fedor. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like I win the tournament, he won his fight. I'm kind of a heavyweight, money weight. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fight anybody that's there. Fedor is a good name.
Good
you know
name.
People want to bash and say he's washed up, but they don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm smaller than him, so if anything, I'm at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? He's a name. He's bigger. You know what I'm saying? He has more experience. But I'm willing to fight him. I'm willing to fight anybody.
I feel like that's the perfect fight for that organization because you're a well-known commodity in Japan. Of course, he is. You both won, you know, on their debut event, essentially. Is that being discussed at all? I see you're campaigning for it on Twitter. Is that a realistic option?
I don't know. I just threw it out there because it just made sense.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of fights make sense. Me versus Phil Davis makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Me versus what's that dude's name at 185? Brandon Halsey makes a lot of sense.
You would fight at 185?
I could be up. No, I'm waiting right now as you speak. I actually went to practice weighing about 210.
Wow. But why cut?
I don't get big. I don't don't really get big. I'm big to me is like 215. And I'm barely there.
But things are going well for you at 205, even this heavyweight tournament. Why cut all that much weight?
Well, you know, it just depends. If I can't get anything, I'll just go to the next thing. If I can't get anything I want, like right away, well, what's wrong with going 185? I like money. I like getting paid. You know what I'm saying? I like the options. So it's just more opportunity for me to get paid.
Okay, so if it was your world and we were living in it, what's the ideal situation next for you and when?
Me in March or April versus Fedor or Phil Davis.
Well, you can't. You got to pick one. You can't sit on the fence here.
I said Fedor or, you know what I'm saying? Either one.
But which do you prefer? You don't have a preference?
No, I don't have a preference. Whichever one pays the most.
I wonder about that because in Rizin you don't necessarily have a contract, right? You were just fighting in that tournament, and well, I guess if you would have lost the tournament, you would have received something. But you don't have necessarily like. Did you have like a long-term deal with them or any kind of deal with them, like an Asian deal, anything like that, or would you have to strike a new deal?
I don't know. That's just my advisor, Mike Hogan, to tell me because you know he used to be my manager. Now he's my advice. He used to give me advice. You know what I'm saying? So he gives me advice on what to do and what's around. So I have to holler at him to see what he thinks.
Is it fair to say, though, that King Mo is back after... I mean, people forget what you've been through. I mean, it felt like for a while your career was in jeopardy and maybe even your life, your health, right? And to see... That's why I love this story so much. Are you back? Is it official?
Listen, hey, remember coming to America when Hakeem gave Randolph and Mortimer money and said, look, we're back. That's how I feel.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm back.
It finally feels like you are back, like you are. I mean, there was so much promise, so much excitement, and you never really lost it. But when you go through the staph infection, and to see what you did in Japan, I'm not ashamed to say I was very happy for you, my man. It was a beautiful thing, especially in Japan with the shoes, and you get the big check, and you put the crown on Sakakibara's head. I mean, it just seemed like you were back. Although I must ask you, no ladies this time walking down to the ring. Why is that?
Man, because there's so much going on, they can't find none for me.
What do you mean? They couldn't call someone up?
I asked them. They're like, we'll find you some. They're like, King Mo son, we'll find you some. Come fight time, they can't find none for weigh-ins, nothing. So I was like, you know what? It's one man show. I'm going to go solo.
Is that a new trend now?
Hopefully not. I like the females, man. I'm like, you see me, I'm giving a shout out to Godfather, and you see me hit the diamond cutter for my fights.
Yeah.
DDP, what's up, man?
That's right. Oh, by the way, before I let you go, I got to ask you, your old friend Mauro Ranallo making his WWE debut. Did you hear it last week?
Yeah, listen, I watched it. Yeah, man. When Mauro is the man, I'm proud of him. I'm glad he's doing it. And now, but it takes things even bigger to the next level. Hey, I heard the Bullet Club is going to WWE.
The Bullet Club. What about AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, right?
Yep. No, Shinsuke is not with the Bullet Club. It's Anderson,
right,
and Doc Gallows and AJ going to. They're going to represent the Bullet Club. I think I heard Sam Baylor's going to jump in because he's the founder. But Nakamura is the man. He can wrestle.
I gotta say,
King of Strong Style.
I don't watch any of this, but I hear it's big news. Should I get back? Is it time for me to get back in NXT? I don't watch none of this. I don't have time for it.
Listen, it's time. It's not too late. Go watch Wrestle Kingdom 10. Go watch that and be prepared to be impressed.
Really? What is Wrestle Kingdom?
Wrestle Kingdom is like the Japanese version of like WrestleMania.
Oh wow! Do they bring like
New Japan Wrestling?
Oh, is it just New Japan or is it other organizations as well? Like Noah and stuff.
Ring of Honor has representatives there too. Like Jay Lethal was there. The Young Bucks had a match. The Young Bucks, and then I saw Ricochet was there. Ricochet, Roppongi Vice. Ricochet is the man too, man. Dog, you're missing out. These boys can really wrestle.
I don't know who you're talking. And when was Wrestle Kingdom?
Wrestle Kingdom was, I think, it was January 4th.
Oh,
January 4th to 5th.
See,
yeah,
you could have. Did you go? No, you were back. Were you planning on going? Because if you didn't have,
I wanted to go until Robbie asked me to go, and when Robbie asked me to go, I was like, you know what, I ain't going.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. You probably really wanted to go to that. You were probably dying to go to that, right?
Oh yeah. Because like my original plan was to have the Bullet Club walk me out to the ring to my fights, but they got there too late. They couldn't be there. Imagine how hard that would have been.
With the crowd instead of the ladies, I should say. Would the crowd have popped for that?
Yeah, man. The Bullet Club. You understand how big the Bullet Club?
I don't know.
The Bullet Club is big out there, dog. Just check it out, man.
Okay.
Kid Omega, all of them. The Bullet Club is a man. I mean, they're a group.
Okay,
Young Bucks.
I just saw Sting.
It's legit.
Sting got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I mean, he's not really a WWE guy, but I like the fact that it's all-encompassing, unlike the UFC Hall of Fame. So maybe I do feel good about it.
Yeah, the UFC, they're doing their own thing. Like, they're WWE's like, they're doing it through them, but at the same time, they, like Mil Mascaras, he's inducted. He never wrestled one time. They kind of look at wrestling overall. You know what I'm saying? The UFC is just the UFC, not MMA. They're worried about the UFC. They're not worried about MMA. You know what I'm saying? But they're getting paid, so I don't knock them for that.
Okay, last question. Because I love your insight. I love hearing you break things down. Deontay Wilder fighting this weekend. If he fights Tyson Fury, who wins?
I go with, you know what, Tyson Fury's nimble. But I go with Deontay because I think Deontay has the power to actually hurt him and has the speed. Now, Tyson Fury, he's crafty, but I think Deontay would walk him down and stop him.
Do you think that's the fight? Better than the Klitschko? That's the one you want to see?
I don't know if the fight's going to happen because you got Joseph Parker out there. You got Anthony Joshua. You have a bunch of other, provoking. You have a bunch of other good boxers out there. Luis Ortiz. So I'm cool with seeing any of those guys fight each other.
All right. Look at King Mo just breaking it down. I missed you, my man. I really did, and it's great to have you back. It's great to just see you back on top doing your thing, with or without the ladies. You killed it. You were the star of the show, in my opinion. New Year's Eve in Japan. It was a beautiful thing to see. Congratulations on all your success. Congratulations on being back. Welcome back to the show, and we'll talk to you very soon. Don't be a stranger, King Mo. All right?
I'll hit you up, dog. Appreciate it.
All right. My man, King Mo, thank you so much. All the best to him. Great to hear from him as always.